Hello. Hi. Happy Wednesday. Happy hump day. Thank you so much for joining again. Fourth time now. Technically the second or third week. I'm so excited that we're continuing and that you're joining. Thank you so much for joining. Hi, Gilliam. Hi, Sodia. Hi, Amy. Amy is my studio mate, and I'm really excited that you're here. So yeah, actually, I have to admit, no matter how many times I do this, I'm always a little bit very nervous at the beginning. So I'm always like, what do I talk about? So yeah, it is Wednesday, and there's a lot that's happened in the past week that I'm very happy about, which is one that I've been able to sign a contract, the first contract I've been able to sign since shelter in place started, since kind of a pandemic happened. So I'm just glad. I'm just glad to have the cash flow again. And the ooh, wow. Hi, Fragment Shooter. I really like your handle. But hey, thank you so much, Amy. Amy says congrats. DT says, hey everyone. Oh, Amy, I really like your Lily your Lily emoticon. It's super cute. And Kamal Mo 10 says, yay. DT says, that's awesome, Shirley. Thank you so much. Yeah, so the contract I got to sign was actually with a notebook. Well, I shouldn't say, I should like really figure out how to describe them, but it's called Observable. Actually, hold on. How do I get on the home page? So let's do this. So the contract I got to sign was with Observable, which is kind of like this, so they call it a magic notebook for exploring data and thinking with code. And so I am working with them, I'm partnering with them to create like a certain number of notebooks with Observable. And that's really great because I already use Observable for my data analysis and my prototyping. I do it to teach my workshops, and it's something that, and I'm glad that I got to sign it like yesterday because we were on deck to use Observable today in our stream anyways, because we're going to be starting our data analysis part. So I'm just really excited to have this opportunity, because then it means that I get to make money using something I already use anyways. And money is really nice in this time as a freelancer. So I'll make sure to give like a disclaimer every single time I use Observable. But yes, I am really excited that I get to kind of partner with them for the next 6 months or so. And I'm also excited just because it's a really great opportunity to for me to learn how to use Observable notebooks properly, because thus far I guess they've been around for like 2 or 3 years now, but in the 2 years or so that I've been using Observable, I've just kind of been like hacking things together. I've just been like looking at like random tutorials here and there and just like doing enough to like just getting enough to do what I need. So now that I get to kind of like, I get to kind of have a point of contact with them if I have any like technical questions. I get to kind of see like the like potential exciting features that are coming in and trying them out. So yeah, I'm just really glad that that I have clients again, because when I was talking to potential clients in March, I was talking to some really exciting clients. Observable was actually one of them that I was talking to back in March, and I was talking to two others, uh, and yeah, and then COVID-19 happened, and basically everybody went on a hiring freeze, and then all of the clients I was talking to in March had to be like, hey, sorry, we actually can't continue this conversation, and so they all kind of dropped off, and but then Observable was able to come back, maybe like 2 months later or a month or two later to be like, hey, actually, we're doing pretty all right, and we would love to continue the conversation. And then it just kind of took until now to kind of flesh out the details. But I'm just so happy that it happened before this particular stream, because today is when we were scheduled to use Observable for data analysis anyways. And hello to I'm the Sky 17, and DT says, oh, Observable is awesome. Indeed. I feel like I've only been using I feel like I've been scratching the surface with it. I feel like I've been using only a small subset of their functions, so I'm just really excited to try out the rest. Gilliam says, ooh, nice. Kamal Mo10 says, interesting. Amy says, oh, that's so cool, thank you. And DT says, it's like a cooler Jupyter notebook for us, or for JavaScript. Yeah, so I tried Jupyter notebooks a little bit when I was trying to do Python. But I never really got too much into it, but that's how I think about it too. It's it pretty much, I think, is Jupyter notebooks, not knowing that much about Jupyter notebooks, so I might be wrong, but my impression is that Observable is like Jupyter notebooks, but yeah, very much tailored for data. And Kamalmo says, DT agreed. Kukia says, hi, hello. And Anako says, Anna Coates says, hi, Shirley and chats. Yeah, thank you so much for joining again. I'm really, really excited to pick up where we left off. Ooh, also, random, not anything code related, but oh, I also have this really intense story about how I reinstated my LLC, but I don't know if that's something that you would want to hear about, but it was a very long educational process. Anyways, the other triumph of my week of the last few days is nothing code related, but I repotted my orchid for the first time. This is such a random non-code thing. But so my parents-in-law last year gave me this beautiful orchid for a studio show we had. And and I'm not good with plants. I don't know what to do with them as other than to water them once a week. So I watered them once a week until the fall time when I went to New York, and then they kind of I think got watered once in a while, but I was in New York for 3 months, so I asked my studio mates. And then shelter in place happened. So then it happened. I feel like it also happened so abruptly in California, in that we got 24-hour notice about the shelter in place, that I didn't have time to go get the orchid that was in the studio, my office studio, and bring it back to take care of it. So then about a few weeks ago, when the shelter in place was lifted, I went back to check in the studio again, and it was amazing because when the shelter in place went in effect in March, the orchid hadn't bloomed yet. But then when we went to pick it up, and I guess in June, it was blooming, and it was really beautiful, but also really, really dry because it wasn't watered for 4 months. And so yesterday I did all of these YouTube video research about how to take care of it, and how to and then I learned that I needed to repot it. And so I bought all these things to repot it. Yesterday I spent an hour and a half repotting it. And I don't know why I feel so much accomplishment and triumph, but I do, probably because I've always been very intimidated by plants and keeping another living thing alive. Also why I'm scared of having children. Um, that's yeah. So not trying to compare kids to plants, but I repotted my orchid, and I'm hopeful that I did it correctly. I like cut some dead roots too, so hopefully I didn't accidentally cut any live roots. And I'm hoping that it will survive and bloom for like next year too. That is my small triumph of the week. And oh, I guess in my studio, my office studio, we tried to do this thing called Wednesday, which is on Wednesdays. We talk about a win. We don't do this all the time. We kind of like sometimes we forget, but I guess that's my Wednesday. From what I can tell, successfully repotted my orchid plant, so I'm very excited about that. Um, Gilliam says, "Oh yeah, repotting is stressful." Michael Alcathay says, "Hiya, Shirley. First time joining live. Thank you for joining. You're an inspiration. First saw you on Coding Train and have been delving into D3 and Views since. Love that you're on Twitch again. Hi from Ireland. Ooh, hello. Oh my gosh, I want to visit Ireland. Basically, I just don't want to be in the US right now. But I think that's most of us. Um, Sorry, that was like a really awkward like whisper. Ooh, Ireland sounds really great. Thank you for joining from Coding Train. That was such a fun stream to do. It was a stream, yeah. So I mean, Coding Train, Dan Schiffman, so much energy, and I was really kind of terrified going in because I was like, I tend to mirror other people's energy, and I was like, oh my gosh, what if he's super energetic and I'm super energetic? Like, what kind of stream or what kind of show is it going to be? It was very fun. Because Dan is such an awesome person. It was a very fun experience. I'm really glad I got to do that. Anna Code says, I love orchids. They're so pretty. Me too. They are so pretty. I just feel like they were a little bit hard, like a high hurdle for a almost like a first plant. I mean, I haven't even held like cactus before, so I've had like tiny little mint plants, and that one I just like watered occasionally. So yeah, it was like I feel like it was too much responsibility, but I don't know. Hopefully, maybe this means that I'll try and get into more plants. I don't know because I don't like bugs, but we'll see. Um, and Gilliam says my Evia. Ooh, Evia. Is that a type of orchid? Evia. Orchid? Is that ooh. So I think mine is like a called Phalaenopsis, I think. I don't know how to pronounce it exactly. Ooh. Oh, Eva. Eva. Ooh, that's pretty. My Eva has grown too high. I needed to shorten it, and I was so worried I would do it wrong and lose it altogether. I hope you were able to do it correctly, but I guess with these kinds of things, only time can tell. Ryan NHG says, "Oh hey, I saw you speak at JS Chicago Camp back in 2018. Your data visualizations were so cool, or maybe 2019, pre-COVID, haha." Yeah, that's how I feel about time now. Like, is it something that happened pre-COVID or post-COVID? But I think Chicago was in 2018. Yeah, I think it was in 2018, but thank you so much. Laura Geo says, reminds me of my dataviz project about keeping my houseplants alive. I called it Plant Friend. Ooh, Laura, please share that with us. I would love to see that. Kamal Mo says that's a win. DT says there is now only pre and post COVID, no other times exist. Yes, agreed. Gilliam says, DT, we've been crossing each other's paths lately. Hi, Ian. Hello. So Ian is one of my friends from the local Bay Area D3 user group. He's one of the original organizers, and he actually just earlier this week joined Observable. So this is really cool. So DT, cactus are hard too. You can easily drown them to death. Yeah, I've actually learned that. I had a friend that accidentally drowned her cactus to death. I did that with mine because I thought I forgot it. Yeah, she like ended up putting like post-it notes by each of her plants of like when to water them. Snickerette says, can you have a transcript of this? I missed the last stream. So my streams are all archived on my YouTube channel. And I guess that means that they have automatic transcripts. DT says, Gilliam, damn all these awesome code streamers. Gilliam says, no, just an Evia tree. Not sure how it's called in English. It's fine now. Even looks like it's trying to grow new branches from the cut, and the new pots are okay too. That's awesome. Yeah, I'm glad we got to kind of like just catch up a little bit, and I just got to share a little bit of my what I think is exciting news. And in other news, my hair is growing out of control because I haven't been able to cut it since like January. So it's been, but yeah. Okay, so now that we've kind of caught up, I want to kind of catch us up on everything that we've done so far, which is that we went and okay, wait, hold on. I did this thing. This is another small accomplishment of mine. I looked into how to mirror my iPad for this stream, and I've heard of this awesome thing. I think from Jason. I think it was from Jason, Learn with Jason, where you can mirror your iPad as a movie recording in QuickTime, but you have to have a wired connection. But then I have an iPad Pro that needs like a USB-C, but like I have a 2015 MacBook Pro, so there was no way that it was gonna, be able to hook up. So I got myself an adapter or converter, and it arrived yesterday night. And it's working. So I'm excited that it's working. So now, because in my data analysis, I tend to use my iPad a lot. And in my design and prototyping too, I tend to use my iPad a lot. So I'm excited that I can share my iPad screen as I'm writing out my ideas. But this is kind of what we had last week, where we went and did the data collection. We hit the movie database API. We went and got all of the actors from Crazy Rich Asians, and for each actor or actress, we got their bio and all the movies that they've been in. And then we left off where we were trying to get for each of the actors and actresses the movies that they've been in and kind of remember the details of those movies, as well as the bill order for the movies that they've been in. And we kind of stopped here because while we were going through it, I realized that actually the better way to store the information is, and I wrote it out here today, so the better way to kind of store the information might be that for each actor and actress's movie, we store the movie details in a separate object. So separate object from the actors array that we already have. And then in the actor or actress's object, we remember a reference to the movie and the bill order in an array. So let's actually just dive straight into the code so that we can kind of talk this through. And I think the reason why I originally was like, okay, so we'll just remember the movie, like, originally I was going to just store the movie information in each actor also because I thought code-wise it might be easier to do. But as I was going through it last week and trying to write out the code, so actually I think the code is here, I realized that it's not any easier because we have to go get the movie information in a separate API call anyway. So we should just write a function to get the movie information, and that will just save it in a separate, I guess, movies object. And the reason why I want it to be a JavaScript object and not an array is because for the movies, I'm going to probably have to do lookups quite often so like if I'm if I'm going through the actors or actresses array, I'm probably going to have to do lookups into the movie, or do lookups on the movies quite often. So it'd be more efficient if it's just an object and I can just do like a key lookup. So that was my thought process. And so I was hoping to finish that today. And then with whatever amount of time we have left, I was hoping to get onto the data analysis, and I guess I'll talk about that more once we get there. But I did kind of try and brainstorm a little bit about the main goals we would have for the analysis. Gilliam says actually written Hevea. Oh no, I'm not even gonna try and pronounce that. In French, didn't know that. In English, Hevea, Hevea, Brasiliensis or rubber tree. Ooh. Aniko says my hair has gotten so long too. Actually, my husband's hair is like he has not been able to get a haircut since January or so either. So it's like gone all sorts of ways, and we're enjoying just kind of like seeing how it grows because he has like really thick hair. So it's like standing up this way and then like this way. It's been a very interesting process and experiment. And then DT says, same with my first hairdresser appointment since February this weekend. I'm so happy things are getting more normal again in Germany, so this is possible. Yes, I know. I'm glad to hear that it's getting better in Germany. And Gilliam says, so you don't flatten the data, you store it apart. I'm not quite sure what that's in reference to anymore. DT says, I guess that is also good if multiple people are in the same movie, we just need to fetch and store it once. Yes, that is exactly the thought process there. And it is a more efficient way to store the information. Yeah, I have to admit, I'm basically jealous of, yeah. No, I should not talk about how I feel about what's going on right now. I'm just going to concentrate on the code that we have. So, let's get started. I'm going to put my iPad aside for now. Oof. Okay. So last week we left off. Let me view soft wrap. Okay, so we were able to, I think I still have, yes, we were able to go and get, I believe, is this? Yeah, so we were able to go and get all of the information. Okay, so this is basically the movie information, where it has like the genres, and the, yeah, release date, etc. Actually, we still need the, okay, so we do still want to know, yeah, what to remember. So what we're gonna do is, for the movie, let us, yeah, remember all of those things: budget, genres, overview, population, popularity. So poster, here, date. So release date, I'm gonna just rename to date. And we have revenue. And then we have spoken languages. I'll just rename that to languages. I don't know, do we want status? I don't know if I want status. Tagline, title for sure. And then I'll get vote average, vote count. And then for this particular exercise, I think I'm only going to get the cast members. So I'm gonna do credits. So if I remember correctly, yeah, it's credits and then there's cast. So I'll do credits.cast. And then let's take a look at what the movie looks like. Wait, assign movie. Ah, yes, okay, so actor.movies. So console log movie. I'm just going to take a look at how that turned out. And ooh, that's quite okay. Wait, hold on. So yes, was able to get the budget, genres, overview, popularity, poster, date, revenue. Ooh, nice. Nicely. Yes. Revenue. Wait, and budget is here. And ooh, wow, whoa. Wow, wait, so this is $30 million budget and is that 237 million in revenue? Cool. I like this whole languages part. I'm very excited about this part actually. I feel like there's something interesting we can do with the languages. And then, yes, and then we have an array of cast. So, I'm actually going to refactor this code a little bit. And instead of getting the movies in here, what I'm going to do is first, I'm going to start a new movies object. And then I'll actually start another function here. And I'll do this. I'm gonna copy all of this over into get movie info. And so what I'm going to do is, I actually don't think I want to do, yes, so I'm just going to pass in the movie. And so that movie is an object that has the movie ID and the credit ID for the actor or actress. And what I'm going to do is, so this is the thing. Okay, so, then I'm gonna give it a callback. And I'll explain in a little bit why a callback, but I'm going to kind of do a bit in here. I'm gonna give me a few seconds to kind of code this through, and then I'll explain. So instead of trying to assign all of these things to the movie object, because if you remember, the way that the data is structured right now, that we've structured it is, we have the actors array, and for each actor or actress, we have within it a movie key, and for the movie key, we have an array of all the movies they've been in with the ID and the credit ID. And originally the information was to store, or the intention was to store all of this information in that movie array, but actually we're going to store it in this separate object. So what we're going to do is, instead of assigning, we're going to say that movies, and then use movie.id and do that. And then, and actually, I also want the ID here, movie.id. And then I'm going to do callback, and I'm going to pass back. So let's do this. So I want to pass this object back in this callback as a response. Actually, hold on. Let me actually write this movies object into a file first. Every time that we get a new movie, let me save it first. So let me go and write the movies array to file, or movies object to file. And so I'm going to call it movies.json. And then I'm going to JSON stringify the movies. And then I'm going to say movie file saved. And then what we're going to do is we're going to, and the callback is a function, and we're going to call that function and passing in the movie data that we just received. Yes. And so then in the get actor movies, what we can do is then let us, where did this come from? Did I accidentally not copy everything over? I think I might have. Oh yes, I need this to, yes, I need to close the HTTPS GET call. Yes, I was missing these parens. And so in here, for each of the actors' movies, we're going to go get the movie information. And actually, what we should do is if okay, so if we don't have the movie yet, then we want to actually no. Let's assume that we already have that movie. Then the information I want is actually just the cast, the billing order for that particular actor or actress. So what I want to do is if we already have movie data, then get, then get the actor's billing order in that movie. So then, let's see, what we can do is, so we can do movie, I feel like that's actually extraneous. So movie dot order for the actor or actress is, let's see, we need to go and find in this movie information. You know what? I'm actually going to just, I think okay, no, it's fine. So within the movie, detailed movie information, I'm going to find the one with, oh wait, no. And within that detailed information, I want the array of cast. And within that cast, I want to get credits, so cast ID, credit ID. So I want to match the credit ID. So yes, so I want to match credit ID. So basically, I want to make sure to match, yes, for the actor, so wait, oh my god, okay, movie.credit_ID is equal to credit ID. Is anyone else confused by this? I feel like I should be naming things clearer. Here, I'm gonna make it this, actor movie. Just to make it very clear, this is actor movie. Basically the movie that the actor is in, yeah, okay. And then, yes, hopefully that is clear. So basically we went and got the movie detail, get the array of cast, and then for the make sure that the credit ID for the actor in that movie matches the credit ID in that specific movie, and then if it matches, which it really should, I'd be very concerned if it does not, then we would be getting back one of these objects, and the thing that we want is order. But just in case, I'm going to say you know what? I'm going to say this. Const order is equal to, and then the actor's order is what, if that exists, use, wow, that is bad naming, or no, or just return no. I think this should theoretically work. Yeah. Or if we do not have the movie data yet, go and get it. And before I write this part, let me catch up on the chat. Let's see. And Jerry Moore says, congratulations on the new job. So great to see you streaming. Thank you so much. It's technically client work, and so I'm still freelancing, so not a full-time job, but thank you so much. Chazzy Thup says, hello. Gilliam says, wow, I didn't know you could create an object and rename on the fly some of the fields while keeping others intact with this syntax. Yeah, so I quite enjoy the things that's been happening is this technically ECMAScript going forward, or like, yeah, I really like some of the shorthands that have been happening, but I also feel like I don't know all of the ways that I can do the shorthands. For example, I feel like there should be a way for me to combine these two parts. Oh no, I would love to learn, but I really do feel like I should be able to get certain keys out of an object and then rename it and store it in a new object. I feel like there should be a shorthand for doing this. But yeah, is it I don't even know what ECMAScript version we're on now. I don't know. But I'm just glad that there are more shorthands now to make writing JavaScript easier. But let's see. Alekin says, my first stream, very new to this. Hi, Shirley. Hello. Thank you so much for joining in on this is the very first stream. Is extremely flattering. L Juke says, hello. Jerry Moore says, this is so cool. Thank you. Elemelon X says, is that some kind of tutorial or assignment? It is a personal data visualization or a data visualization project that I am doing for myself because I'm very curious about this this data set. And Aniko says, that's destructuring assignment from ES6, right? Yes, probably. That's probably the right terminology. Thank you so much, Aniko. Destructuring assignment from ES6. That is something I should really look into. DT says, yes, confirming. Chopperbird says, we need more coding streams. Love it. Thank you so much. Oh, this might be because I changed, there was somebody in the chat last week that has suggested that I change my category from creative to science and technology because that's where everybody streams coding now. And so maybe there are some people that was able to find my stream through there. So if you did, first of all, thank you to the person that recommended I do that last week. And if you did, welcome to this stream. And Gilliam says, for yourself and for us, which thanks, by the way. And Lang Len Ye says, what are your thoughts on TypeScript? I do not have any thoughts on TypeScript. DT says, depend what we mean with latest ECMAScript version. The latest is ES 2020. I did not know that. This is why I enjoy these streams, because I learn a lot of things that I have not been keeping up to date on. And Aniko says, yep, there are a bunch of really awesome coding streams in the science and tech category. Yeah, so let me then go through this part, and I'm gonna hydrate. So for this one, if we do not have the movie data yet, we want to go and get it. So that is, we have gone and written this function. So we should just be able to do this. And I feel like there is a problem somewhere in this code. I have an inkling, and we're going to figure it out. So we are going to, yes, no, actually, this might work. Hold on. Yes. I think I know what I need to do, but I just don't know the nicest way of writing it. So we're gonna do it the easy way first. Okay, so in get movie info, we're gonna go and get this movie, and for callback function, I'm gonna get that movie. So that specific movie, I'm gonna call it movie details. Maybe that's how I should be naming things. And once I get the movie details, we actually, I think, want to do exactly the same thing as here. So actually, because once we've gone and got the movie data set, we want to just get the cast order. So because this is the last thing we want for each movie. So we want to get the cast order, and then we want to just save it. So we're going to do we're going to save this in, we can keep it at CRA cast JSON, and then we can save the actors array, and then we'll call this actors file saved. We want to do the exact same thing here. And then once we go and save data, and then once we've gone and done that, then we want to go and call the next movie, go on to the next movie. Ooh, okay. Yes, I see the problem now. But before I address the problem, I'm going to talk through what we just did. So essentially, for each actor, we want to go and get the movie information, and then remember the order that they're in. And if it is a movie that we have not gotten yet, we go up here to this function, and then go and get all of the information we want. And once all of that has been successfully done, then we call the callback function, which is this little function that will get triggered once we've gotten all of the movie information. So I think this will work for getting one actor's movie information, but I think I need to do some more things if I want to be able to loop through all of the movies for an actor or actress, and then loop through all of the actors and actresses. So I'm going to just run this and see if it works. And then let's see. LMNX says would be perfect job for GraphQL. I actually have never used GraphQL, so perhaps I've only heard of it, and I was under the impression that GraphQL was for that you needed to pair it with a database that the GraphQL part is for querying a database, but you need to have the database set up in a way that's efficient for GraphQL querying. That was the impression I got, but I might be very wrong. And Liquidor says, hello. Hi, Alice. Alice says, go, Shirley. What text editor do you use? I actually use Atom, which is by, I think, GitHub. And I think it's the less cool version, or I shouldn't say that, sorry. I feel like all the cool kids use Visual Studio Code. And I'm still kind of just using Atom. But that's just because I hate having to switch and reset things up, and Atom has worked fine for me. But I do see all the cool kids using Visual Studio Code, which I am very... Wait, that is what it's called, right? Visual Studio Code? Just VS Code, yes. And I'm kind of curious about it. DT said that's old school Atom, Alice. You know, I feel like I switched to Atom not that long ago, but I guess it must have been it must be 4 or 5 years now. And Lang Lange says, yes, on one endpoint, basically. I see. So I'm guessing that's answering for the GraphQL. Liquidor asks, are you using the movie details param from line 60? Line 60. Ooh, thank you for the catch. Thank you so much for that catch. I just stupidly copy and pasted it over. That is a great catch, Liquidor. And so I want to be using, yes, movie details.cast, and then get the order, and then I want to be saving it, yes. And then Gilliam says, I think you've been using some light GraphQL concepts with this API. Oh, I guess that means I've just been hand coding things that already exist, like, because I do this kind of thing in a lot of my data collection sort of scripts. So that could be something I look into. Dirtarian DT says, TMDB would need to provide the GraphQL API instead of their REST API. I see, got it. So that's, yeah, that was the impression I had, that you had to have both sides for GraphQL to work. And Lange says, Visual Studio Code is amazing. You should try it. I've been told that by so many people. Yes, I've been told that. It's just I'm just old and cranky, and I don't like change. So I just haven't put in the time investment to switch over. Helium says that, oh, and while you are getting the movies from me, please also get the cast details in the same response parem. DT says, Atom is the OG Electron editor. I'm also still using Atom because I'm too lazy to relearn stuff in VS Code. Yes, exactly. Lang says, you can still set up a GraphQL query with their REST API either way by fetching data, right? Oh, I didn't know that. Juke says, whoever suggested Waffle.js last week, thank you, nowhere near SF, but join the Discord and hope to pop by the next online event. Cool. Yes, Waffle.js is great. And Waffle.js, it was actually inspired by Brooklyn.js, which is a very similar format the live events used to be, I think, 4 or 5 lightning talks of 10 minutes each, and they're broken up by musical acts. So super fun. It's like a very casual atmosphere, and it's just like, yeah, it's I think it was an attempt to break away from the extremely formal feeling like tech meetups at like, some tech company. And Brooklyn.js is like hosted in the second floor of a cafe bar. Waffle.js is hosted in the barn of a street food park. It's a really fun vibe. And so if you're anywhere near those places, and if we in the US are ever able to, congregate outside again, I highly recommend those events. For Brooklyn.js is also part of like this network called Borough.js. So then in the like New York City, the 5 boroughs, each, I think there's the other boroughs also have their own kind of like JavaScript events. So it's super fun. I don't know if Brooklyn.js has online events right now, but also a really cool group of people to check out. But yeah, Aniko says, Waffle.js sounds really cool indeed. And I love the kind of like talks that went on there too, that are like less about like, this is what I do at work and this is how I did it, but more like just kind of passion projects that people had. I remember there was like one person that was really interested in how we form sounds in our mouth. And so I think she went and built this whole web app where it like just had the kind of image of your like the side profile of your mouth and all of the places that like form sounds, and then you had to like try and like drag around things in the mouth, or like click things, or like hold things in the mouth to like try and like make different sounds. And it was so funny. It was so great. Yeah, so very interesting, like I think inspirational in that I have never thought of it sort of talks. So I really enjoy it. And Gilliam says, yes, Lion Lanier, that's what I meant. Maybe not GraphQL, the library and actual syntax, but the concept is in use here. I see. Juke says, it's great they're online. No need to fly across the Atlantic to be there. Information Rocket says, I did this thing that is really cool. I think people should care about, even though it's obscure as hell. Yes, exactly. That is basically what happened in those Waffle.js talks. It was super fun. There was, yeah, I think one of the first talks I saw at Waffle.js was Kosamari, Mariko, and it was about image processing to turn like images into knitting patterns, because Mariko a few years back, this must have been 2015, wow, was really into programming her knitting machine, and so she like went through all of these different like ways to turn yeah, all these like dithering algorithms and stuff, and that was super inspiring. So really awesome. And DT says, yeah, the append to response query param was a resolution for the problem GraphQL wants to solve. I see. Okay, so I think I should be able to run this, I think. And then we're gonna have to, whoa, oh my gosh, it's almost 3. I think today I just really enjoy chatting with you. And so I was hoping to get to data analysis, but I guess we're just gonna try and finish up this last script, and then on Friday, we're hopefully gonna be able to get onto the data analysis. But even this is not fully finished, so let's try and hurry through. So it says that the movie file has been saved. Let's take a look. My laptop is not happy with me for the number of things that I'm running. Ooh, okay. So, I'm getting an order is null. So you can see it right here. The order is null. Okay, let's see what happened. And then movies JSON is, I am getting the movie JSON, toggle soft wrap. Let's see. So, yeah, so I am getting this. Actually, I should also go through each of the cast members, and I think I should kind of pare down on this object too, because I feel like that's also taking up a lot of, well, actually, I think it is quite nice to have this information. So, you know what? I'm not going to filter down this information. Cast ID, character, credit ID, gender, name, order. Yeah, so actually, I'm going to keep it like this, because profile path. But let's see why I wasn't able to get the order correctly. Okay, so let's do this again. Not gonna do this. And here, let's go and see. Let's just console log movie details.cast and see what we get back. So yes, so movie details.cast seems to be fine, and then it's called credit ID. Did I not call it credit ID in my actors thing? Wait, hold on. Is that why? Hold on. Yes, because I renamed it and took out the underscore because I am silly. So that's why it wasn't finding it. And so now I should be able to find the order, and then I should be able to save that data. Let's see. And then, wait. Hold on, was I able to find the order? Yes, I believe so. I believe that is it. And because I believe this is, yeah, the object that we wanted, which means that in the cast for, oh gosh, okay, for cast, perfect. So for Rachel, or sorry, for Constance, for that particular movie, I was able to get that she was bill order of 0. So our script thus far works, and so now we gotta be able to loop through. So the thing is that we need to be able to The reason why I always use a function is because at the end of the function, I can loop through to the next. Okay. So I think I'm going to need another function. So what I'm saying is that just like how to loop through the actors, I need this function so that at the end, I can call the function on the next actor or actress. I need to be able to do the same thing for the movies. So we need to be able to go through all of the movies for an actor or actress and then move on to the next actor or actress. Okay, so what functions do I need? So actually, and there was, I don't know why, but like automodding will hold like certain messages hostage. But thank you for both DT and Eljux for answering the question. And yes, okay, so let's see. We're gonna have to loop through it. Oh, does this mean I have to do more? Okay, does this mean I have to do more functions? Okay, that might mean that might be it. That might be what we have to do. Okay. So actually, you know what? It might be easier if I did it this way. If I put the whole... So yeah, actually, I think I'm gonna refactor this function so that instead of doing a callback to go... Yeah, instead of doing a callback, I think I'm gonna do... okay, movie... and movies. Okay. And so... Hold on, I need to think this through. So, what I have to do is... here, if... So I'm gonna have to bring this up. I'm gonna have to bring all of this up. Okay, so I'm gonna say actor movies, and then yeah, so I'm gonna bring, and then instead of get movie info being called here, I am going to just bring all of this. Yes. This is like very hacky code that is happening. I also now have this little parentheses that I'm not 100% sure where it goes, but we will figure this out. Okay, so basically we're saying, let's go get movie information for a particular movie. And if it already exists, then we're only just gonna look it up and get the billing order, save it. And then once we save the data, we are gonna go on to the next movie. So actually, I'm gonna say movie index here. And then const actor movie is equal to movies, movie index. And then, yeah, so here I'm gonna say, call this function again, and then increase the movie index by 1, and then pass in the same array of movies. And then of course, if this actor movie doesn't exist anymore, or does not, if we've gone through all of the movies, then we want to, oh gosh, okay, then Then we want to go on to, so if we've iterated through all of the movies for a particular actor, then we want to be able to go on to the next actor or actress. Oh, okay. Go on to next actor or actress. So that means I also want to know the current actor index so that I can call the actor movie info. Please tell me at any point if you feel like I am overcomplicating this whole process. So get actor movies info. So I'm gonna have to jump back to the other function, and then I'm going to go on to the next. Next actor or actress, and then in here, I'd be shocked if this works. Okay, so in this mess of a piece of code, we have gone and gotten the movie data, and once we get the movie data, we want to be able to, this is such messy code, but that's okay because it's not going into production. It's just for me to go get data, so it's okay if it's messy, is what I keep telling myself. And so what I've done is I've went and gotten the movie details, and then after I get that, I'm just gonna go and oh dear. So then there is being able to get the order for the actor, or yes, for the actor. And so that is, yes, that is being able to say actor movie. No. Oh gosh. Okay. So no. Oh no. Okay, wait, hold on. This is a mess, you guys. This is a mess. Okay, so, okay. All right, let me work through this. Okay, so for each actor, we're going to loop through their movies. And when we loop through, we're going to pass in the array of movies for that particular actor. So this is actor movies. And the index of the movie we're on. And so we're going to be able to get this actor movie. Yes. And then from there on, we want to see if our other movies data set that has the movies object that has all of the movie details, if we already went and gotten, if we already have the movie in mind that we need in the movies detail data set. And then I think from here on that should work. This works. And then in here, if we do not have the movie data yet, then we go and get it, and we go and, so not movie.id, but we want actor movie.id. Oh, the mess. And yeah, so we're replacing movie with that. Honestly, do I use movie anywhere anymore? And let's see. Then, yes, actor movies.id, and then I go and save that file. And then I'm interested in going here with the movie details, getting the cast order, getting that saved, saving the actors, and then finally calling the next movie info. Yes. Calling the next movie info. Yes. Okay, so get movie info, and that requires actor movies and actor index. What a mess! And then we're gonna do the same thing here. It will be easy, she thought. Nope, that is not true. Okay, so in here, and this will actually probably be a very simple function then. because essentially in here, I'm just trying to call get movie info. Oh, we run over time. Get movie info, and what I'm going to do is for the actor, so we have the actor's movies, and I want the first one. Oh, wait, no. For the index, I just want 0. So actually, I want to pass in the actor's movies, and yes, the index is 0. So then we will call the first actor. So index is 0. And yes, get the actor information, call get movie info, do all of these things here and loop through all of the movies. And once all of the movies have been looped through, then go on to the next actor. So come down here, get the next actor, and for that next actor, go and get movie information. Oh my God, okay. I have about 50% confidence that this will work, which is higher, I guess, higher than I expected. And okay, wait, hold on. Gilliam says the actor movies param is plural. Never mind. I think you caught a bug for me that I guess I then fixed already. DT says, I guess it might be easier with promises async plus await, but I think with using recursion, you always have the problem if it will stop. Yes, so I feel like I should just, I don't know. I don't know if anybody else feels this way. Promises always kind of intimidate me, and that's why I never try to like learn it properly, and I really should. If you feel like this whole mess of a code would be, if you know that this whole mess of code will be done much better and cleanly with promises and await, please let me know, and I will spend some time kind of researching into that. Eldrick says, I'm confused, so this script checks to see if we have movie information for an actor or actress already. And then DT answered for me, it fetches all movies of all cast members, but if we already fetched one, we don't need to get it from the API again. Yes, and Gilliam says, yes, since the movie is repeated for several actors, it doesn't make sense to call the API for repeats. Aniko says, we're busy learning about promises at college and it is pretty confusing to understand for me. Honestly, I've been coding for like 9 years and promises, it still sounds very confusing for me. If he says, I think async await would make your life a lot easier. That's what I needed to hear. That's what I needed to hear. Yes, so I will spend some time to learn about it. If you have any resources that you feel explain it very easily, I would love to get linked on that, because that is essentially the reason why I've been like avoiding it for so long, because I feel like every explanation I come across, I'm like, what? I don't understand. And if he says you can ignore most of the technical details of promises, Bad Hombre says, promise get easier, I promise. Eldrick says, okay, so we're looking down an actor's movie list and pulling the movie data for it, then we're checking if anyone else in our actors list is also part of the movie and putting the same info in for them as well. Almost. So we have an array of actors and actresses, and for each actor, I have an array of movies that they've been in, and so I'm trying to loop through the movies for that particular actor, and then getting the movie details for each of those movies, and getting the actor's billing order for each of those movies, and then I move on to the next actor or actress in the array, and then do the exact same thing. But if you know, for that second actor, they've been in the same exact movie as the first actor, then I don't have to go and hit the API for that movie again. So for example, all of these cast members have been in Crazy Rich Asians. So it just means that from the second actor on, I don't have to go and get the movie detail. I don't have to hit the API for Crazy Rich Asians again. So that's all that means. I think I just overcomplicated it. I could have just as well not had this if statement, and because it's not like I'm requesting that much, like I could have probably just gotten the movie information over and over again, like hit the API over and over again for the movie, and gotten away with it, and the API service probably wouldn't have rate limited me, but went and did this thing that was probably unnecessary. Not sure if it will work, but we shall see. Yep. Line 71, yes. Okay, so let's see. I hope you'll work. Please work. Let's see. All right, please work, please work. Constant, ooh. Oh, yes. Movie file has been saved. Henry Golding, oh my god, you guys, I think it's working. Oh my god. Wait, oh my gosh, I think it's working. Okay, all right, just let's take a look at the cast. My laptop, my 5-year-old laptop is very unhappy with me right now, but oh my gosh, okay, so order, yes, I think the order is going in. Oh my god, I did not expect this to work. Yes, recursion. Yeah, I rely too much on concepts that I learned in college, which is I basically do everything as loops and recursion. And ooh, exciting! So there's more movies coming in here as well. I think it should be. I should stop trying to like. So the thing, my complaint about Atom is that it's not very performant. So it like freezes after the file gets even remotely. Yeah, but actually, I think you guys, I think it worked. Yeah, wow, what a surprise. So it's probably gonna keep running for a while, because it seems like we have very accomplished people, so we need to get some more. I hope this, yeah, it worked. And so Gilliam, so Gilliam actually gave us a blog post from Jake Archibald. I never know how to pronounce his last name. So it's called Await versus Return Await. Very helpful. So I'll make sure to go through this, and so that hopefully the next time I write something like this, it will be much cleaner. Eldrick says, ooh, I think that makes sense now. Thank you. Anna Co says, woohoo. DT says, recursion. If he says, yay. Gilliam says, new goal. Keep saying, first try. And Eldrick says, oh, the movies is an entirely separate file. I thought you were storing the movie data inside the movie element of each actor's movies. All right. Yeah. So I wanted to separate them out, so that we don't have to keep, so that we don't have to have like a actor's file that like balloons, because it stores, it like duplicates the exact same movies every single time. Eldrick says, okay, this makes perfect sense. So I think we're done. And so yeah, let's see. Actually, data. So I think this means that the cast JSON is 40 kilobytes. Just not bad. Oh my god, the movies JSON is that is huge. That means it's a megabyte. So I think if I was to use these files in production, I would highly consider trimming down this movies file, but because right now we're only going to be using it for data analysis, it's okay. And let me, oh my gosh, I've gone over so much. So let me just, oh, this is exciting. So we have our data. We have our two data files. And ooh, Gilliam is teaching me new terminal functions. And cool. So I think we're done for the day. We've gone over. I didn't mean to, but it means on Friday, we can do this part of data analysis, and we can import all of the data that we just created into Observable, and then we can kind of try and see if we can dig into any of these parts. Yeah. So thank you so much for joining me today on this slight bit of an emotional roller coaster of code. And thank you for telling me to look into await and async, or is it await? Yes, I'm going to read that article to streamline my process, because that is definitely not efficient. And then hopefully that means that the next time I do a project like this, I will have much better code. And yes, that's it for today. I'll be back on Friday at this exact same time to get started on the data analysis, which I'm very excited about. And last little bit of chat, if he says, I have that as muscle memory. Juke says, thanks very much, everyone. Anna Ko says, I'm excited for the next step. Me too. Gilliam says, sorry, I'm always adding the A. It wasn't useful here, just the H for human readable. I actually did not know about H for human readable. So that is actually, let me try that again. LH for the data folder, and yep, 1.7 megabytes. We would need to figure that out. And let's see if he says to help remember the H is for human readable. He says, yay, that was super cool. Thank you. And Nico says, thank you for the stream. Thank you so much, everyone, for joining. And I'm looking forward to seeing you on Friday as well. Bye.